She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany believes that parents have no right to tell their children the truth, especially when it comes to transgender ideology. And she is actively campaigning against parents. That's right. This woman who has no children is campaigning against parents in Canada. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. I wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And if you are unfamiliar with Tatiana Maslany, she is the actress in She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, who plays She-Hulk. She also plays a character named Sarah Manning on Orphan Black when that was airing. And she is actively campaigning against parents, as I said in the intro. She was receiving a plaque to recognize her inclusion into Canada's Walk of Fame, which she received in 2022. And during kind of this ceremony, she condemned the Canadian government, for a parental bill of rights that requires schools to receive consent from parents to lie to a child about their sex. This is what she said. Let's take a listen.
It should not be the control of the parents whether a child, how a child identifies, how a child knows themselves to be. That isn't a parent's place. It's an overreach. It's an overreach on the part of the provincial government to legislate that. It's absurd. Children have rights. Children are human beings who have knowledge and who know themselves, and we should be taking cues from them. In so many ways, we should be taking cues from them.
So there you go. That is what she had to say. Children should not be disciplined by their parents. Parents have no right to tell their children that they are lying when they attempt to claim that they are the other sex. If a boy claims that he is a girl, or a girl claims that she is a boy, parents have no right to intervene. They have no right to discipline their children. They have no right to tell their children that they are lying, according to this lunatic Tatiana Maslany. People like this should be locked up. They are advocating for imprisoning parents, potentially, over this transgender ideology. She doesn't want the parents to be involved with children if it happens to oppose transgender ideology. Tatiana Maslany should be locked up for this. This is something that should be an imprisonable offense. It's absolutely sick. It's disgusting that they want to do this to children, and she's advocating for it. I've talked about this repeatedly. The slippery slope starts with the lying. It starts with believing that you can become the opposite sex. And then it starts with people like Maslany affirming this stuff, and it leads to disastrous results. It leads to psychological, emotional, and in many cases, physical mutilation and harm. That's what she's advocating for. It's evil. Absolutely evil. She should be in a padded room. Absolutely mental. And this isn't the first time she's done this. She wore this shirt right here that says support trans futures while she was promoting the She-Hulk show. Now, she didn't explain it at the time, but she did an interview 2 years ago with Elle magazine and explained why she was wearing the shirt. She says, those shirts were a direct response to what was happening in terms of the bill passed in Florida. I felt as an employee of Disney that I had to stand with the people who I stand with. I wanted to let people know who needed to know that I was with them. Well, if you recall, that bill in Florida said this: classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance with state standards. So she's literally opposing that bill that is banning teachers from indoctrinating children with these disordered lifestyles and evil ideologies. But she's totally fine by opposing another bill that requires parents be notified if their children start lying. because of these ideologies. It's an evil person here. Evil person. She wants these children to be indoctrinated by school teachers based on her ideology and is opposed to parents preventing their children from being indoctrinated by it. This is a sick, evil person who's trying to destroy these innocent children's lives. And she should be locked up. People like this should be locked up. They have no reason to be in a polite civil society. They are actively acting against the common good. Stuff like this should be illegal. You shouldn't even be allowed to campaign for stuff like this. It's just sick. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.